Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another late night episode of Good Evening from Korea. This time, it was of my own doing, but not as productive. I planned to take the entire day. Sorry, let me start from the beginning. That's a bit of a spoiler. Let's just leave it at it's late of my own doing, and it wasn't productive. Woke up fine. Wasn't late this time, so cool, great. Got ready for the day. Shower was cold. That sucked. Started driving people around. I was driving people around a lot today. It actually got really annoying because things kind of piled up on top of each other, and I had to be in multiple places at once, and it ended up causing me to be like 10 minutes late to meeting a staff sergeant somewhere. That's the very, very short story of it. But on the good side, me meeting that staff sergeant means I get the chair back that leans all the way down to the floor. So that's pretty cool. And it's also leather, so it's way more comfortable than the other one. So glad I got that back. Contacted the major about the corrections I needed to make on the video. He said fine to 2 of them, so I didn't need to do any work. All the video needs now is about 12 seconds at the end and then music put in. So I was going to kind of grind that out today. Got back, fixed a couple of odd things after lunch. Sorry, I'm very frazzled. I'm still running on low sleep. I stayed up way too late last night. I stayed up until 2 a.m. last night. Working on the video, which is why is as far as it is. But it very much cost me. I should have gone to bed much earlier, but came back. Everyone went off to PT at about 4:30ish, and I was allowed to stay back. And I was working on the computer, messing with my video. I think I was trying to find a picture of the general who oversees United Nations. And my commander sat down and we had a really long talk, just kind of talking about how life is going and all that stuff. My commander's awesome. He's a great guy. One of the very, very few people I've had legitimately sit down and be like, so, how you doing? How's life? And not just be like, so, how's life? And then you say, yeah, fine. And then they go about their day. Like he sits down and he's ready to have an hour-long conversation if need be, if something's up. And I love that. Both of my leaders in this unit, my first sergeant and my commander, are super great people who will set aside time to talk, which is super cool. So we had a long conversation. And at one point I mentioned that I had wanted to go to something called the Warrior Zone here. I've mentioned it once or twice in the videos. And I was like, yeah, I keep walking by it, but every time I walk by it, I just make some excuse not to go or something. I don't know, because I think about going to it, and I think at this point it's kind of like, I used to hear a story about like this guy who every time he drove somewhere, he would pass a place called Famous Dave's, and him and all his friends would go, hey, look, it's Famous Dave's. And they vowed to one day eat at Famous Dave's, and then they ate there, and the food was disgusting. And it ruined the magic of going by Famous Dave's. So for me, going by the Warrior Zone is like, I'm going to go there someday. I'll bet it's really cool in there. He wasn't listening to that part because he was preparing to slam his hand down on the desk super hard. And that scared the bejesus out of me. I fully was just like, bah! And just like couldn't think straight for like a good 15 seconds. Because he just smacks his hand down on the desk in decision. Is like, cool, we're going to the Warrior Zone. I was like, all right, okay. And he changed into civilians immediately, had me pack up my stuff, and drove me over to the Warrior Zone. We went in there, and it's actually kind of bigger than I thought it was, and like way more intense. They have like full-on gaming rigs for like playing video games. They have like 3 different pool tables. They have like a snack bar. They have sound rooms for like practicing instruments and stuff like that. They might even give lessons there. I'm honestly going to look into it because holy cow, that's been like a 1/10 of a mile away this whole time. I did not know that was a thing. I looked for like if lessons were held here at one point, but that was like 2 weeks in. And I probably read something about Warrior Zone and thought it was somewhere far away because I didn't know what it was. Maybe that was it, but who knows. But yeah, we went and explored that. And he was just talking about like, you've been on the grind with the video. That's good. Keep making progress. But staying up until like ungodly hours to pull this out and trying to put all the weight on yourself, don't. Don't take it so seriously. It's good that you're taking work seriously, but don't let it cost you your life, you know? Because I talked a lot about how I was just sitting around in my room a lot. That's kind of how we got onto the topic of me not going to the Warrior Zone. And he was like, hey, it's fine to live a little and go places and do things and not just sit at a desk. And kind of made me feel better about it. Honestly, I probably would have continued to be up very, very late tonight. Honestly, for it being like 9:40 or something like that, I would have definitely still been working on the video past this point. But now I'm going to go to bed instead and actually be prepared for tomorrow. I keep seeing a little hair over here and it's annoying me. So when I got back after going to the Warrior Zone and everything, I took a warm shower to make up for my cold one and messed with my computer and finally got my internet working again and played I think I played like an hour and 10 minutes of GTA because I hadn't been on it. I don't know. I just drove around. All through today, I've just been listening to videos of like big block muscle car engines cold starting and like doing burnouts and stuff. I don't know why. I just really, really miss a V8. So I was just driving the NASCAR styled car that I have in that game around, just listening to it. I have no idea what I even achieved in the game. I was literally just listening to the radio in the car and looking around. Ugh. I miss driving so much. With all the driving that I've been doing, it's just making me think about it more. Because as much as I do drive here, it's a very different animal. And that animal is a 2007 Kia Lotse. Not a sports car. Not a sports car. Not a necessarily good commuter car. It's kind of just engine and wheels. Good luck with the rest of it. But yeah, it was a good day. Obviously, I'm scatterbrained right now, so I'm going to go straight to bed. Another reason why it's on the phone is I still don't trust my internet connection because it went out twice while I was trying to play GTA. And it's also super, super terrible internet connection, so I'm literally just going to use my data. Tomorrow, I'm going to get the UNC video finished, and hopefully I'll do it with, enough sleep so I can think straight when I talk and not take a bunch of pauses. This video should not be 7 minutes long. It should be 4 minutes long. And right now it's 7:46, so I'll end it here. Whatever time it is for you out there in this cranium carbuncling world of ours, whether it be a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, or a good night message that I should be issuing you at any given time, whatever that is, I do sincerely hope it's good. I really do. Get sleep. Sleep good. The more you know star coming in there. Alright, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end of the video. This has been Overlord Pop-Tart, a man who's about to brush his teeth and pass out for the next 8.5 hours. I will see you in the next one. Stay frosty.